Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Hope you are having a fantastic day wherever you are on this beautiful planet we call home. What's good, everybody? How we doing? How we doing? How we doing? Happy Thursday. Sorry for getting started a little late. Had some things I had to take care of this morning. And actually, I need to give me 1 second. Give me un momento. I'm back. I'm back. Let's get it going, y'all. Let's get it going here on a Thursday. What is up, everybody? Dang, that fan is on. I probably should turn that off. I'm gonna freeze myself out. But all good, man. I'm running behind. I'm running like a chicken with his head cut off today. Just running around nonstop. But how's everybody doing today? Hopefully, y'all are having a good one. Man, it's the markets are as we saw in the bubbles there. Not a lot of green. Not a lot of green. Kind of a red day. Kind of another red day, which when the kind of thing some things some rumors that we're hearing out there kind of when it comes to the ETFs and things like that kind of giving us a little downward pressure. We'll get into that a little bit here in just a little bit. Blessed, I think we got some comments in here. We got Miss Sarita. Good morning, afternoon, and evening, everyone. Happy Thursday. Sending positive vibes and an awesome day ahead to all. Let's go. Yes, ma'am. Grove Green Army in the building. How are you doing, ma'am? Glad to see you here. Mr. Dave Hackney. Hello, Sarita. And how is everything on your side? JustAman. Hope all is well. It hope all is well. It is for me. It's payday, so it's time to get paid. Hey, there you go, brother. There you go. Let me mute my phone here. Like I said, I've been running around like crazy today. But yeah, glad to hear that. Glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear you're doing well. I'm glad it's payday. Payday is always a good day. Always a good day for payday. I feel like that's a slogan. And if it's not payday slogan, there you go. Feel free to use it and pay me for it. Just kidding. Not really, but for real. But yeah, so let's kind of get into it a little bit. Let's take a look at the overall market and kind of just see where we are on the day when it comes to price action. So we're down 2.5% on the day, sitting there at a total market cap for crypto 1.06. We're sitting there, fear and greed sitting there at a neutral, which is kind of surprising. I guess we were up a little bit, from the Bitcoin ETF, winning that with Grayscale. I'm still kind of surprised that we're neutral, to be quite honest. I honestly think we're probably still more over here in this range. And because the sentiment is just not there. There's not a lot happening, not a lot of new investors. So I feel like we're still over here in this range. But what do I know? Who am I to question the fear and greed index? But let's take a look at it. Here we go. Bitcoin down to almost 3%, sitting there at 26.3. And so I think we were up at like the 20. I think we were like 27.5 yesterday. So down about $1,000 on the day, which is not much, but it is a lot. So we'll have to see if we can maintain the 26,000 level. Hopefully we can, and don't have too much more downward pressure. But again, I wouldn't be surprised if we see some more. Ethereum sitting there at $1,663. BNB down 1.85%, sitting there at 218. So not terrible. XRP still holding on to that 50-cent range. It's sitting there at 51 cents. So not a whole lot. The market overall is down. Bitcoin's probably down, being down 2.79%. You look at the market, 2.54. Again, where Bitcoin goes, the whole market goes. So that's kind of what we get there. So, but yeah, that's kind of where we are in action today. So not a lot of price movement to the upside. We got it. We got one good day Tuesday, and that was about it. That was about it. So it is. We got a little downward pressure. We got a little more downward pressure, which it comes. It's going to happen. I think that's going to happen until we see, uh, until probably the Bitcoin halving, unless we get the ETF approval, which could happen. But we do have a little bit of news to get into today. We got some Binance news. We got some Uniswap news. And even we got some news when it comes to the ETFs. how the SEC could kind of start pivoting their argument to try to deny and reject the Bitcoin ETFs. So we'll have to see how it all plays out. But let's get into it first with Binance. Get into it first with Binance, as they are starting to are going to start gradually going away from the BUSD. So as we see here over on CoinDesk, Binance to I hate this thing. Binance to gradually end support for BUSD products. The move follows Paxos's decision to halt minting of new BUSD. So this has kind of been the rumor that we've been hearing for a little while. Let me make sure that's big enough for y'all to see and not too small. It might be big enough. We'll do this. So let me exit out, get all these ads and everything out. But cryptocurrency exchange Binance said it will gradually end support for its BUSD stablecoin, removing it from spot and margin trading pairs. Users have been asked to convert their BUSD into other assets by February of next year. So February of 2024 is when they're asking you to have your BUSD assets converted into another asset. So if you have any BUSD, just know that by February you need to go ahead and have that converted to something else. In more immediate future, Binance is delisting BUSD as a loanable asset on September 6th. And will cease withdrawals of Binance pegged BUSD tokens via BNB Chain, Avalanche, Polygon, and Tron on the 7th. So this makes me wonder. This kind of brings up the question for me: does this mean that we're going to have another stable coin? Is Binance going to come back with a different stable coin? If so, is that going to be what is that stable coin going to be backed by? Is it going to be backed by the dollar? Is it going to be backed by something else? Is it going to be backed by gold, silver, some other commodity like that? So as you can tell, my voice is all over the place. Donald in the building. What's good, brother? What is good? What is good? But yeah, so we're kind of a big thing there. Binance, as we know, they've been battling the SEC, been kind of going at it with them for a little while. Now we're seeing that they're going to start to remove and get away from the BUSD over time. So so we'll have to see how that goes, how that plays out, and what all comes from that. But I think it definitely gives an opportunity for maybe a stable coin backed by gold, something like that. So we'll have to see what happens. I don't think that they're going to go away with it and see what happens. But get in line and back it up with gold. There you go. That definitely seems to be kind of where the world got away from the gold standard, and I think I think the world's kind of leaning towards getting back to it. I wouldn't be surprised if that is the case. So we'll have to see how that plays out. We will definitely see how that plays out. But for those of you who do have BUSD as a stable coin, I know I used BUSD for a little while, and then before I switched over to Tether and things like that. So if you do have BUSD, you need to make sure that you get that asset converted into another asset by February of 2024. So you got a few months, but you never know. So just a reminder, but another one, kind of a big thing. This one here is probably a little bit bigger. If I can get the dang ad to go. I hate how CoinDesk has these drop down ads where it takes up the entire dang screen. It really annoys me. It truly does. Truly annoys the heck out of me. But anyways, the U.S. court calls ETH a commodity while tossing investor suit against Uniswap. So Uniswap had been called in for in a court battle for them saying that they are accountable. Uniswap and themselves are accountable for scam tokens. Well, a New York judge declined to stretch the federal securities law to cover the conduct alleged in a proposed class action complaint seeking to hold Uniswap accountable. So that has actually been dropped and tossed out. So that is a good thing for Uniswap. I think it really does come down to the investor. We always say do your own research, make sure you know what you're investing in. But a New York court has dismissed a proposal class action lawsuit alleging leading decentralized cryptocurrency exchange Uniswap with responsibility for causing harm to investors by allowing scam tokens to be issued and traded on the protocol. So it really does come down to the investor themselves. Yes, we would like to see Uniswap not list scam tokens, but at the same time, it really does come down to you and making sure that you know what you're investing in and not just throwing blindly out there. The judge who oversees the SEC lawsuit against Coinbase classified their ETH as a commodity in her opinion on the ruling. Commodity in her opinion on the ruling, even as the SEC has shed away from doing so. Shied away. I don't know why that was shied away. So we do have a court calling ETH a commodity, not a security. So that's a good thing. The SEC won't even say that much, but cryptocurrencies, ETH, BNB or BTC, Bitcoin, as commodities, while dismissing a proposed class action lawsuit against decentralized crypto exchange Uniswap. Yeah. So it really does come down to the investor themselves and making sure that they know what they're investing in. It's up to you where you put your money. It's up to you what you do with your money. So you can't really hold Uniswap reliable or responsible or accountable for that. So that's kind of a big one there. So I mean, I don't know how y'all feel about it. For me, I think that it's a good thing. I think it really does come back to the investor themselves. And I like the fact that the judge there in New York called Bitcoin and Ethereum a commodity and not a security. So that is, I think that's a good thing. Kind of leaning towards getting back to, some actual answers there, which we won't get from the SEC for some reason. So we shall see. We shall see. But moving forward. So this one here I think this one here might be why we're seeing a little bit of downward pressure today when it comes to Bitcoin and things like that. We know that Grayscale won their appeal with the SEC. So now the SEC is kind of coming back and saying, all right, we'll do that, and we'll alternate. We'll give you another argument as to why we will reject. So Coinbase's potential involvement in spot Bitcoin ETFs could serve as part of the SEC's reconfigured arguments for rejecting the application. So apparently they're going to start using, they're going to kind of switch it up, and we're going to use Coinbase's potential involvement. It's quite possible that the U.S. Securities and Exchange, the SEC, will prepare alternative arguments to justify continued rejections of spot Bitcoin ETFs, exchange traded funds ETF applications based on concerns about the spot Bitcoin market. German investment bank Berenberg, which I'm glad I said that right. Berenberg said in a report Wednesday. Still, Grayscale's victory may have increased the likelihood that the SEC will finally approve one or more spot Bitcoin ETFs applications. So there's still, Grayscale still has a higher and increased likelihood, but it definitely could be something that with the SEC switching up their argument, we could see something that maybe doesn't happen. But again, like I said, I told y'all, I think my personal opinion is the SEC is going to do anything and everything they can to draw this out, to make this go on as long as they possibly can. And I still think that we're going to see nothing happen before the end of their time. They had 240 days, which at the time 240 days was around the March April time. So I still think we're kind of in that time frame. Personally, that's my personal opinion. I think that the SEC will not do anything, any announcements until probably then. We might get lucky. You might see one in maybe December, January, somewhere around there. But I would not be surprised if nothing happens till 2024. I would not be surprised at all. I know some people, some analysts out there are calling for this fall. Um, I just don't know. Uh, the SEC has been on their hard stance for a long time, and I think that they're going to try to continue that hard stance for as long as they possibly can. So that's my personal opinion. That is my personal opinion, not financial advice. But April does kind of come into fact. There were quite a few things happening in April. You could have potentially the Bitcoin ETFs, but as well as you'll have the Bitcoin halving, which, as we see here, still on the April the 18th. So middle of April, March, April, May, we could see something happen in that little 3 month time period, uh, and hopefully something positive for crypto as a whole, but Bitcoin is in particular. So that is those are kind of the big news topics we got for it today, and so yeah, some pretty big time stuff. SEC is out there. They trying to get it in, and trying to make sure that they do whatever they can to not allow us to be regulated, or to keep us from regulations. So, again, personal opinion. We'll have to see what happens there. But yeah, that's kind of the big news topics of the day. We had Grayscale winning that appeal. We had a nice little upward push from the high 25s, low 23s, all the way up to 28,000, and now here we are coming back down to the low 26,000. So we'll have to see if Bitcoin can hold that 26,000 level, and not go below that. If it goes below that, I think 24, 25, 24, we could potentially get down into there, dip down low. So we'll have to see. We have to see, and we'll see what happens there. But again, no new money's coming in. You know what I mean? It's not a lot of new money, not a lot of new investors, not a lot of new corporate investors as well. And until we get some regulation, until the SEC regulates it, and we get some clear, definite answers, I think we're going to kind of be in this pattern here. But when you look at it, if you zoom out and look at if you zoom out and look at Bitcoin, we really have been kind of consolidating for quite a while. So we'll come over here and look at the chart, pull it up. We'll look at the year. Let's go all. So I mean, we've been kind of consolidating for quite a while. Like when you zoom out here, in 2023, from 22,000 to 30,000. So we've been hanging out in this $8,000 range. But honestly, we haven't been at 30,000 for very long. It really have been kind of right in the middle of that, at the 26. So started at 28, and here we are at 23, or 26, got up to 30. So we really have been kind of hanging out right in the middle of that when you zoom out. uh you know so not a lot happening, not a lot of actual movement through that. So it is one of those things where we definitely are in a bear market. Definitely in a bear market. I do like the fact that you look over here, all time, Bitcoin is up. What is that? uh 42.5 million%. Golly. Oh man, if only we could have bought in at 6 cents. 6 cents. My buddy told me to buy it. Where's 20? Where's $20? Yeah, right around here. My buddy was like, "Hey, you should buy some of this. You should buy some of this in 2012, 2013." I did not. I wish I would have listened. I wish I would have listened. But anyways, that's another story for another day, and no need to dwell in the past at all. So that's kind of the news today, kind of the hot topics. So what else we got for y'all, chat? Y'all got anything, any other topics, any other news that we haven't covered that y'all want to talk about? Any comments, statements, questions? Let me know. Let me know. We can get into it, and see what's going on. So those are kind of the hot points that we've had. Not a whole lot happening outside of that, and so. But yeah, yeah. Oh, okay, my screen just. I don't like that screen. I like this one. Yeah, I like that one better. So outside of that, not much happening. That's kind of the big topics. The big three topics of today. Binance moving away from BUSD and transitioning out of that. And so, if you do have BUSD or BUSD pairs, you're going to need to transition those assets, convert those to another asset before February of 2024. So you got what? Uh, September, October, November, December, January, February. You got 6 months. 6 months. 6 months. Oh yeah, the guy who spent 10,000 Bitcoin on a pizza is kicking his own butt. Absolutely, 1,000%. 1,000%. Like, because you go back, I'm just curious as to what 10,000 Bitcoin would be today. A few dollars. 10,000. That would be hundreds, hundreds, thousands. I mean, $263 million. $263 million is what that pizza cost him. But that's also if he would have held Bitcoin for the entire time. If he would have held it from then to now, he would have made $263 million. Ouch. And you can basically like double, like if you double it, you're still not at all time high. So you're looking at what, like $600 million, and not even at all time high. Ouch. That's rough. That is rough for sure. But hindsight's 2020, and that's a story that will go down in infamy, for sure, and has gone down. But it also, as much as it sucks for that one guy, it also gave validity to Bitcoin being able to be used to buy and purchase, as an actual, usable crypto. You know what I mean? As an actual currency, he was able to buy a pizza with cryptocurrency way back when. You know what I mean? So, you want to talk about, yeah, it sucks, but it also was the first time, the first big moment where, somebody was able to use Bitcoin to buy something. And so, as much as it sucks, it was a good story for the rest of us because it gave us a chance to really, for cryptocurrency to really be used as a currency. So, yes, it sucks for that one guy. He could have had a lot more pizzas. He could have bought a couple of. He could have bought his own franchise. He could have probably bought a few franchises for that. But yeah, so it's rough out there. It's rough out there, which is why I don't use crypto to really buy and sell goods and stuff like that. I wonder what the other guy sold it for. Uh, who knows? I'm sure the pizza person, the pizza company, sold it, because I don't know. That is a good question. I wonder if did they sell half of it, to cover the pizza, because they still have to, they have to make their money. They can't sit around and wait. Is that pizza company even still around? Who knows? Who knows? I don't even know what pizza, what joint he went to. I don't know if it was like a chain like Domino's, Pizza Hut, or if it was like a mom and pop shop. So if it was a mom and pop shop, it was probably better pizza. They usually tend to be a little bit better. Not that I don't like Domino's and Pizza Hut, and stuff like that, but so, but like I said, that is the news for today, and not much else really happening. Not much really else going on, in the world of crypto. A lot of projects building, a lot of projects, kind of trying to survive the bear market and trying to just make it to the sunshine, just trying to make it to when the bulls come out to play. Projects that are building and putting out utilities now are going to be the ones that survive. So, You got your Grobes, you got your Safe Moon out there doing some good stuff as well. Memes are definitely still making money. Not as hot. You got Pepe that went on a tear, and Pepe's actually been in some kind of some hot water here lately. With I think they had one of their devs pull some liquidity or something like that. Sold some tokens. So yeah, even Pepe's had taken a hit, and as we saw over here on CoinMarketCap, let me pull it up there. Go back here. Pepe down. Let's just pull it up here. So that's the day, that's the week, that's the month. We can go year. Jumped all the way up to a major crazy. I think they had like a 1.5 billion market cap. This is actually saying like a $2.66 billion market cap, or no, $1.4 billion market cap. So, it jumped up there, but now you're sitting there at a 340 million dollar market cap, which is still really good for a meme coin. Still really good for a meme coin, but down quite a bit. And continually to just kind of going down. And so I think this was the big time where we had that big sell off by one of the team members, one of the devs. So we see the big selling mark right here. So, but like I said, even Pepe's taking a hit. Everything's taking a hit right now, and we're really just trying to see which projects are going to survive. That's the name of the game right now. Just survive. Continue to build. Continue to come back with an actual utility, and hope and pray that you're able to survive the bear market right now. So, but that is the news. And unless we got something else, yo, I'm gonna get up out of here. Keep it a little shorter today. So y'all let me know any more comments, questions, statements, any other things we want to talk about before we wrap it up and get up out of here. Let me know. August has been a historically a rough month, and as we see this month, it was no different. Crypto on a whole this month wasn't much good. So hopefully September we can switch that around. I think in September we do get some more numbers. Maybe we'll get some inflation. We'll see what happens there. Whether they pause, increase, or even bring it down. I don't think they're going to bring it down. I think that if anything, we pause. But I think we get those numbers coming out this next month. So we've had the summer for the government. They've been on their summer breaks. So we'll see what happens moving forward. Hopefully September is better. So, man, have a good day and see you tomorrow. Hopefully, absolutely. Congratulations. I hope you enjoy your payday. Enjoy that payday, brother. But yeah, we should be back tomorrow. Yeah. So I think I'll be here. So I think it's a school holiday, so no lunch at school tomorrow. Next week we'll start that with the lunch at school. So, but we hit all the news. Binance gradually moving away from BUSD. You got until February of next year, February of 2024, to kind of transition and convert your BUSD assets to other assets. You got Uniswap, the case against Uniswap getting dropped by a judge, saying that it is not Uniswap's responsibility. Bill's got my money, man. Facts. Absolute facts. And then you got the SEC kind of going to switch up their argument when it comes to the Bitcoin ETFs. And again, I just think that they're going to drag their feet for as long as they possibly can. Personal opinion there. But that is the news for today, y'all. We'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully, Lord willing, we'll be back tomorrow. Appreciate y'all for coming and hanging out today. Appreciate y'all as always. Y'all show up, show love, and show support. Remember, 2 things in this world that you can control at all times: attitude and effort. Stay positive. Give 110% in everything you do. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Tell somebody you love them today. You never know. It may change their day, their week, their month, or even their year. Love y'all. We'll see y'all tomorrow. I'm out of here. Just a man. Peace.